one of the most unique looking cats I've ever seen. She has a big smile. She sits like a human. When people come over, they're very shocked by the way that she sits. I don't know why she sits like that. Snickers and I have an unbelievable bond. I do believe she knows the words I love you because anytime I say it, she just looks at me with these sweet, loving eyes and she'll always blink back at me.
Love you, Snickers.
I am Kelly, and this is Snickers' story for GeoBeats. I found Snickers on June 26, 2020. My mother had just passed a few weeks prior, and I was out for a run through a cornfield, a running path, and she just came right in front of my feet and literally stopped me, very sickly. Her eyes were pretty much glued shut. You could tell she had a lot of fleas. She kept shaking her head, so she clearly had mites in her ears. There were no other cats around. The other thing that I noticed about her, she was trying to meow. She would open her mouth, but no sound would come out. I was about 2 miles from home and I carried her all the way back to my house. I could tell there was a sense of relief from her. She was very hungry.
Love you.
When I took her to the vet the next day, they did check to see if she was microchipped. Unfortunately, she was not. They assumed that she was probably born in that field and she got away from her mother somehow.
What you doing, pretty girl?
I did put up signs in my neighborhood for about a week, but nobody claimed her, so I kept her. I took it as a sign that my mother was bringing this cat to me for me to save, but she was very sick. The infection was not clearing up. She was on various types of antibiotics and she wasn't getting better. Eventually, I was given a choice that I could either put her down or I could send her to a specialist to get further examination. I was told up front that it was probably going to be very costly. So I had to make that choice of what I was going to do. And I, of course, made the choice to go to the specialist, and we found out what her problem really was. She had very large polyps that were growing inside her inner ear. So I scheduled the surgeries. First surgery went well, and then I took her back 6 weeks later for the second surgery, and that's where things did not go so well. During the middle of the procedure, she lost consciousness because the polyp dropped into her throat and her brain shut down for about a good 10 seconds, and they had to do CPR on her in the middle of the procedure. They were able to revive her, but she woke up blind from the procedure, and they asked if I still wanted to keep her, and I of course said yes, I'll deal with whatever comes my way. And they said it would be about 50-50 if her eyesight comes back.
Awfully cute.
Knowing that, I brought a blind cat back to my house and I did everything I could to make the space comfortable for her.
Keep smiling.
About 6-7 weeks later, one day I was holding her and just waving my fingers in front of her, and I noticed that she was following my hand. And so I immediately called the vet and brought her back up to the specialist for an exam, and her eyesight had indeed come back.
Isn't that crazy that her paw is in the shape of a smile?
Now I've got a beautiful, healthy cat that just is so loving and so sweet.
Love you.
A complete miracle.